Hey, welcome back. You know, sometimes the most extraordinary things happen on the most ordinary nights. March 13th, 1997, was a Thursday. In Phoenix, Arizona, people were finishing up dinner, watching TV, maybe taking the dog out for a walk. Their eyes turned to the sky, as we all do sometimes, looking for stars. But that night, the sky looked back, and what it showed them would become one of the most witnessed and most debated, unexplained events in modern history. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi, and this is the Unexplained Archive. Tonight, we're diving into the mystery of the Phoenix Lights. It's a case that isn't about a single, shadowy figure in a desert gulch. This was a mass sighting, an event seen by an estimated 10,000 people from the Nevada border all the way down to the outskirts of Tucson. It included a governor, pilots, police officers, and thousands of everyday folks. So what exactly did they see? And why, decades later, does it still defy a single, comfortable explanation? The story begins not over Phoenix, but about 300 miles to the northwest, near the city of Henderson, Nevada. Around 6:55 p.m., a man reported a bizarre, massive V-shaped formation of lights moving silently across the sky. This wasn't a flicker. Witnesses described it as a solid, dark, boomerang-shaped structure, with 6 lights embedded along its leading edge. It was enormous, some said as wide as 5 football fields, moving at the pace of a commercial airliner, but making no sound. It drifted southeast, following a path that would take it right over the heart of Arizona. Over the next 2 hours, reports flooded in from across the state. In Prescott, people saw it. In Dewey, a former police officer watched it pass overhead, describing a distinct geometric shape blotting out the stars. By a little after 8 p.m., it reached the Phoenix metro area. This is where the event imprinted itself on a massive public consciousness. Thousands of people were outside, some at a son's basketball game, many in their backyards, all looking up at this incredible, silent, slow-moving craft. The calls started pouring into Luke Air Force Base, local news stations, and law enforcement. People were equal parts awestruck and terrified. The sheer scale of it, the utter silence, it didn't match anything in the known inventory of human technology. One witness, a pilot himself, said it was otherworldly. Another described it as the mothership. Now, here's where the official story begins. And it's a story of 2 distinct events that, in the public memory, have become fused into one. The military would later acknowledge that, on that same evening, they were conducting training exercises in the Berry Goldwater Range southwest of Phoenix. As part of those exercises, around 10 p.m., hours after the first mass sighting, a 10 Warthog aircraft deployed a series of high-intensity illumination flares. These flares are attached to parachutes. They burn brightly and drift slowly down. For many in Phoenix, looking south toward the Estrella Mountains, this was a dramatic and unexplained light show. The military said this was the explanation. Case closed. But the people who saw the first event, the one that started at 6:55 in Nevada, they weren't having it. They saw a cohesive, structured craft. The flares were separate, individual points of light that winked out. The object they saw was a single, solid entity. Tim Lay, one of the most credible witnesses, who saw it with his entire family from their backyard, put it simply, what we saw was not flares. It was a craft. The governor of Arizona at the time, Fife Symington, initially mocked the sightings, even holding a press conference with his chief of staff dressed in an alien costume. But years later, he recanted, stating publicly that he, too, had seen the craft and that it was otherworldly. As an engineer, this is the part that fascinates me. The human perceptual system is fallible, absolutely. Mass hysteria is a real phenomenon. But when you have a data set of 10,000 independent observations, certain patterns emerge that are hard to dismiss. The consistency in the descriptions is striking. A vast, dark, triangular or boomerang-shaped hull. A slow, silent, low-altitude drift. A sense of immense physical presence. These reports came from experienced observers, military veterans, airline pilots, police, people trained to assess their surroundings. They weren't looking for UFOs. The UFO, quite literally, found them. I think about this from my own perspective, living in New York. If a silent object the size of several city blocks drifted over the Hudson River at rooftop level, witnessed by thousands in Manhattan and Jersey City, the conversation would be very different. The sheer weight of the testimony would force a different kind of scrutiny. For Phoenix, the official flare explanation became a convenient blanket, thrown over a much more complex and unsettling event. It resolved the second late-night light show, but it never truly engaged with the first and primary mass sighting. So we're left with the evidence of human experience. 10,000 points of data in the Arizona night. The Phoenix lights challenge us because they live in that uncomfortable space between the known and the unknown. They were either a secret military project of unimaginable scale and capability, a craft that defies our public understanding of physics, or a collective delusion of unprecedented precision. None of these options are simple. None are satisfying. For me, the lasting power of this mystery isn't about proving the existence of extraterrestrial visitors, though that's certainly the thrilling question at its heart. It's about a moment of shared wonder and shared confusion. It's about looking up on an ordinary Thursday and having your reality gently, silently called into question. In our world of constant explanation, of instant answers in our pockets, the Phoenix lights remain stubbornly unexplained. They remind us that the sky is still deep, that mystery can visit en masse, and that sometimes the most credible evidence is the agreement of thousands of ordinary people, all pointing upward, saying, "Look, what is that?" Thank you for listening to this episode of the Unexplained Archive. If this story made you look out your window tonight, consider sharing it with someone. Tell them to look up, too. You can find more deep dives into life's enduring mysteries at our website, lightnotstudios.com. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi. Until next time, keep wondering.